guys, welcome to Hooper's Radar, and in today's video we'll be discussing the top 10 current NBA players in the league. This is my list, and hope you guys enjoy. Just before we get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much for the recent support and just feedback on the videos that I've been getting. Thank you so much for that feedback and support, and thank you so much to my subscribers for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the content from here on out. And yeah, with that said, let's get into the video. So just before I start my list, I want to give my honorable mentions. Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Trae Young, and DeMar DeRozan. So to start out with Damian Lillard and Kawhi Leonard, I won't be putting anybody on this top 10 list that didn't really play much this season, or didn't play this season at all. Damian Lillard and Kawhi Leonard were pretty much injured for most of the season. Dame played a little bit, but didn't play a lot of games really. So I'll be leaving Dame out, and Kawhi didn't play at all this season, so I'll be leaving him out as well. Damian Lillard and Kawhi are clear top 10 players when they're healthy, but this season they just didn't play much, and I'm not going to put this on this list because that would be a discredit to the players that made this list and that played the full regular season and playoffs and had a great season. By full, I don't mean, 82 games, but they played a good amount of the season and had a great season, so I'll be leaving Kawhi and Dame for those reasons. Trae Young and DeMar DeRozan had great seasons, especially regular seasons. They fell short in the postseason and both underperformed a lot in the postseason, but they were very close to making this top 10 list. It's just the players that put on this list clearly had better postseasons, with some having better regular seasons. And DeMar was pretty close. He had great MVP talk at a certain point, and Trae had a great regular season as well. Fell short in the playoffs. So yeah, those are my reasons for leaving these off. And at number 10 to begin this list, I have Ja Morant. Ja Morant had another great regular season, showing that he can bring things up a notch. The Grizzlies had an even higher seeding that they've had in a while. Ja Morant played amazing in the postseason. They almost, not almost, but they definitely gave the Warriors some competition. And they gave the Warriors competition even when Ja Morant got injured, taking the Warriors to 6 games. Ja Morant just continues to get better and showed that he could be an MVP candidate this season. And yeah, I have Ja Morant at number 10 for that reason, but he'll only keep getting better and will climb this list as the seasons go. At number 9, I have Jason Tatum. I think this is a great place for Jason Tatum, a player who had his ups and downs in the regular season, with the Celtics having a negative record at one point and not being projected to do much in the playoffs, or maybe not even make the playoffs. But the Celtics ended up turning things around, along with Jason Tatum turning his play around in the second half of the season. Jason Tatum had a great playoffs, except the NBA Finals. They managed to knock off the Nets and KD and Kyrie. Jason Tatum was a big part of that. He played great that series. And yeah, that really showed how much better of a player he's becoming. Unfortunately, he did underperform in the NBA Finals dramatically and had Jaylen Brown technically be the best player on that Celtics team. And that's what kind of brings me down to realize that Jason Tatum still has a lot of growth to make, has inconsistencies to fix, and for that reason, I put him at number 9. At number 8, I have Jimmy Butler. Heat culture, you know what I mean? Jimmy's always been amazing in the playoffs. He's pretty good in the regular season, but man, does he turn up the notch in the playoffs and become an absolute superstar. Jimmy Butler almost managed to get this Heat team again to the finals after the bubble season, but they fell short because they needed another player like Jimmy who could make great shots and just become an absolute superstar in the playoffs. And Jimmy almost got them there with his amazing defense and amazing underrated scoring in the playoffs. Unfortunately, they fell short, but I have Jimmy Butler here. Just a great player, super clutch, and he always turns it up a notch and gives us all in the playoffs. At number 7, I have Nikola Jokic, the Joker, the 2-time MVP, back-to-back MVP. He's a one-man offense with very little talent. He's managed to get his team to the playoffs ever since Michael Porter and Jamal Murray went down, got injured. He's been able to get them a solid seeding. Unfortunately, he hasn't made it far in the playoffs ever since Jamal and Michael Porter Jr. got injured, but he still has had pretty good performances in his playoff series, and he played pretty good against the Warriors in the first round this year, but it's the Warriors. The Nuggets couldn't have expected to get past with only Nikola Jokic, but he's a one-man offense. He is a 2-time MVP, and I got to give him his respects and put him at number 7. At number 6, I have arguably who I believe should have won the MVP this season and who had a great season in general, leading the league in scoring. That is Joel Embiid. He had a great playoffs in the first round as well. Unfortunately, in the second round against the Miami Heat, he got injured. He had an orbital fracture. He had to put on the face mask. That's very unfortunate because the 76ers in one game also without Joel Embiid managed to take the Miami Heat to 6 games. So imagine if Joel Embiid would have been healthy and would have been able to play that one game that the Sixers played against the Heat. They could have taken the Heat to 7 games or even won that series. But that's a story for another day, and I'm not going to get too deep into that. But yeah, Joel Embiid, MVP candidate, 30 points per game this season, leading scorer for the NBA. I have him at number 6. At number 5, I have the rising superstar Luka Doncic, the proud owner of the Phoenix Suns and the LA Clippers. Luka just keeps continuing to show how great of a player is. Obviously an MVP candidate. Had a great regular season. He's a one-man offense because these Maverick teams that, although are built pretty good with role players, don't have the most star talent. He always manages to get them to the playoffs, and he finally made it to the Western Conference Finals and ruined another chance that Chris Paul had at making the finals and getting his one ring. And yeah, man, Luka's the owner of the Clippers and the Suns, and he just continues to get better. And just an absolute superstar in the playoffs. Manages to rise to play. And yeah, I'm looking at number 5. At number 4, I have the King, LeBron James. Unfortunately, the Lakers wasted another season of his greatness. He averaged 30 points per game in the regular season. Lakers did not make the playoffs, while LeBron continues to show that at age 36 or 37, he continues to be amazing and is still a great player and can clearly also still win a chip because he won it not too long ago in the bubble. And hopefully the Lakers don't waste another season of this amazing talent and LeBron continues to stay healthy. And we all know what LeBron has done in the past. So I think this is a great ranking for LeBron. So LeBron's 4. And number 3, I have Kevin Durant, aka Slim Reaper. KD is an amazing player. Can score on all 3 levels. You know, he can hit from 3, the mid-range. He can even slash. He can play and make a little bit as well. Kevin Durant, probably arguably the most unguardable player right now in the NBA. KD, unfortunately, didn't have a great playoffs, but I'm not going to let one playoffs throw him down to number 10 or something. Kevin Durant, we all know what Kevin Durant wants to be, and in most playoff scenarios, he's always been clutch and has been a playoff performer who manages to raise his game in the playoffs. And I think KD will have a bounce back postseason, and this was just one little unfortunate habit. So yeah, I have Kevin Durant at number 3. At number 2, I have the reigning Finals MVP Stephen Curry. Had an amazing Finals, had an amazing playoffs, had an inconsistent regular season, but he just managed to get hot at the right time in the playoffs, and they wouldn't have won this chip without him. He averaged, I believe, 30-something points in the playoffs and in the Finals, and shot great from three-point percentage. And yeah, man, Steph Curry, the chef, sniper, sharpshooter, and the Warriors were very high seeding throughout most of the regular season, and they got their 4th ring. So I got Curry at number 2. At number 1, I think we can all agree, the Greek Freak, Giannis, is the number 1 player in the current NBA, and that's just because, you know, he did win that ring last season. He put up 50 points in the finals to close that game out. He had a great regular season, arguably another MVP caliber season, although he's not going to get it because of voters fatigue. We know that. Just had a great regular season. He had a good playoffs as well. It came to a short end, but he managed to get the Bucks almost into the conference finals. Unfortunately, Chris Middleton got injured, and that left the Bucks a little empty-handed in terms of scoring against the Celtics, and the Celtics managed to pull that one out and make it to the Western Conference Finals. But let's not forget, this Bucks team is very dangerous, and it's another team that will be visiting the finals soon enough in the future. And this will all continue to happen as long as Giannis is there. Giannis is what brings this team to the finals, and it's the reason that this team is even a deep playoff team and a contender. So yeah, guys, this is my list. Just a reminder, if you guys agree or disagree with my list, please let me know in the comments. Please make sure to also let me know your list in the comments. This is just my opinion. Hope you respect it, and yeah, guys, let me know with some feedback. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe for any more content, and any suggestions for any videos in the future, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.